Now today we're in Whitstable and it's got a very fishy smell about it. We're taking a trip out to sea to see the Maunsel sea forts in the Thames estuary. Now the tour, I'm told, takes around about 6 hours. We're actually taking it on a Thames sailing barge called the Greta, which you can see right behind me. Now this was built in 1892 and we're going to explore the Maunsel sea forts and the Thames estuary at a leisurely pace. It's bigger than I thought it was. However, there is no jacuzzi or swimming pool on board. How am I going to cope for 6 hours on it? Silently, the barge pulls away from the pier. The barge has carried various cargoes between Colchester and London. They're exciting. Do you know what I feel like right now? You remember Only Fools and Horses when they're going over to Holland and Del Boy's on the front of this boat. It kind of looks like the same sort of boat. He's going like that at the front. So if you look over there in the distance, right in the distance, behind the wind farm, which you probably can't see, there are some sea forts there, and there's some more just there, so there's 2 lots. Apparently it's about 8 miles out there, so it's going to take a little bit of a while, especially at this speed. I'm having to talk like this because it's a bit windy. Now we're setting off now on this huge barge, which is over 100 years old. It's one of the oldest sailing barges here in Britain. Now its heyday was at the turn of the century when it transported cargo along the Thames estuary. Now the boat is called Greta, and in 1940 Greta took part in Operation Dynamo to rescue troops from Dunkirk. Nowadays it has a very busy life, but a relaxing life, taking people on tours around the local area. What made you pick the sea forts to do an excursion to?
Well, it was mainly Whitstable because I used to be based in Faversham. I used to live on it at Faversham, so I used to come down to Whitstable quite a lot anyway. And the sea forts are there, and so when I first started doing the trips, I mean that's the one place everybody wanted to go and see because they're totally unique. And I mean I've started this before the wind farm was there.
Yeah.
And you know when you look at them and the engineering in them, thinking that was done during the Second World War when other stuff was going on. You know, they're just amazing things to see, and every time you go out there the weather's different. There's normally always something going on, and sometimes we go down to the Knock Job, which is the naval fort as well, which is totally different.
Trip takes us past these wind turbines, which is situated about 6.2 miles from Whitstable and just up the side of the Thames shipping lane. The forts were designed by Guy Maunsell in the early 1940s as sea defences against the Germans during the Second World War. Now they had a short but very intense life, protecting the mainland UK in both the Thames estuary and also the Mersey. Gotta say, it's really eerie with that bell going off in the background. Can you hear it? It's really creepy, and just to go past them and hear that bell.
We've been out there when the fog's come in and you can't see them. I mean, we was out there once and all of a sudden the fog rolled in, you couldn't see them, so I just hung off a little bit, and then the fog cleared. It was just like a total wall. Suddenly the fog started appearing, and then out of the mist the bow of a ship came through as well.
Wow.
So, but as you say, with the bell going and all that, it's very atmospheric.
Since the forts were decommissioned in the 1950s, they were taken over by pirate radio stations. There's something really creepy about these. Just like standing there in the middle of the ocean. That's something out of a H.G. Wells novel. Each fort enabled people to move about the structures by walkways, which no longer exist. After spending about 45 minutes at the forts, the weather started to turn for the worse, so we started to head back. It's a hands-on tour. They even let me steer the boat. Right, and how often do you have to change the sail?
Well, we can have these on for about, well, the front sail has been on for about 10 years. So.
Really?
Yeah. Turn the wheel and then just wait and see if something happens.
Oh, nothing's happening. Oh, I think I'm going to hit that land. I've got to say, what a fantastic tour that was. It took just over 6 hours to go all the way out to the forts, which are on the horizon next to the wind farm, and over to see the seals, and all the way back to Whitstable Harbour. Definitely worth the trip here. Fantastic.
Yeah.